Mad respect for this guy. Going here 10 days in a row. Crazy.
We zijn met een rolletje.
Die is niet meer naar...
10 days, 100 hours of street photography at one fair. And honestly, somewhere during these 10 days, this project almost completely broke me. For years I've been photographing this fair, sometimes one day and sometimes maybe two. And every time I came home with photos that I liked, but it never felt complete. Like I photographed pieces of something bigger. So this year I wanted to fully commit to it. And this became the biggest photography project that I've ever done. If you are interested in the full experience, there are 3 episodes online already covering it all. This is the compact version. Welcome to another episode of Run Along. The first few days honestly felt amazing. Everything still felt fresh, the energy was high, and every corner looked interesting. Usually when I arrive at the fair, I would do a slow round. Just walk around a little, get some shots off and slowly get into the rhythm. Because at first, this place is complete chaos. There are lights everywhere, music blasting through each other, and people moving in every single direction possible. But after a while, your eyes will adjust to it. And suddenly, those little moments start appearing. During those first few days, the light was incredible. But this is the Netherlands, so never trust the weather too much. One moment there's beautiful sunlight everywhere, and 10 minutes later is pouring rain again. And the fair completely changes when that happens. When the sun is out, the colors really pop. But when it rains, it's more dull and the people start disappearing instantly. The entire atmosphere slows down. And those moments were probably the hardest parts of this project for me. Not even the photographing itself, but just waiting around. Standing somewhere, hiding from the rain for like 20 minutes under a small roof, hoping that the rain would stop again. And trust me, after walking for hours already, those 20 minutes feel like an eternity. But during those first few days, I definitely still had energy, and that is the big difference. Mentally, I was completely there. I could react very quickly to things happening around me. Someone stepping into the frame, a certain look on somebody's face, a small moment happening for like half a second. That's really what this whole project came about for me. Because for me, this fair isn't about the rides, it's about the people who visit this fair. The people waiting, watching, walking around with those big stuffed animals, which they probably spent way too much money on. Families, teenagers having fun with friends, people working there, and the kids who are totally overwhelmed with everything that's happening. And everybody is experiencing this fair differently. And that became the real subject of this project. I shot everything on film, by the way. For color film, I used Kodak Portra 800, and for black and white, Kodak Tri-X pushed to 1600. The grain and the roughness of that film stock really matched the mood on those later days. But after the first few days, things started changing fast. Physically, this project hit me way harder than I expected. Some days I walked close to 20 kilometers, and the stupid part is that I thought that surviving for 10 days straight on fair food would be a great idea. Big mistake. And after a couple of days, my body started to let me know how good of an idea this actually was. Around the middle of the project, things got rough. Not just physically, mentally too. I remember walking around one evening and I just couldn't focus anymore. I wasn't seeing photos, just noise. Too many people, too many sounds, and I just had no energy left. And honestly, I think that was the lowest point of this whole project, because no matter how exhausted I was, I needed to come back the next day and continue. And that is the weird thing about long projects. At the start, the motivation will carry you, but halfway through, discipline takes over. And that is a completely different feeling. There were definitely moments where I thought, what am I even doing here? Especially when it started raining again. Because like I said, during those first few days, the rain would completely empty the fair. And suddenly you are standing there, exhausted, wet, under a little roof, while everything shuts down around you. Those moments felt endless. But weirdly enough, some of my favorite photos come from those harder days. And I think that's because I stopped forcing things too much. At the start, I was constantly chasing photos, walking fast, reacting quickly, trying not to miss anything. But later on, I slowed down a bit more. And maybe that's why those images became stronger. Also, one thing that really reminded me in this project is that you need a lot of patience with street photography. Some photos happen instantly and others take half an hour just standing there waiting for the moment to happen. Everything needs to line up, the right movement, the right person, and the right expression. And sometimes nothing happens at all. Probably most of the time, but that's part of it. At night, the fair completely transformed. And that is when this fair really came alive. The colors became way more intense and everything reflected the light. And also people loosened up more. But technically, things became a lot more difficult. I was shooting my lens wide open just to keep a steady and faster shutter speed. But even with that in mind, I sometimes needed to shoot handheld, of course, with a shutter speed of 1/15. There were also places at the fair that kept on pulling me back to it. Specific rides, specific corners, or the light that was just beautiful there. Not because there was just always something happening, but more because it felt like eventually something would happen there. And usually when I waited long enough, it probably did, but there were also a lot of times that it didn't. By the final days, something shifted again. I think that I accepted that not every single day has to be perfect. Not every roll of film needed a masterpiece on it. Some days were just simply slower than others. And I think that when I accepted that, but also was feeling a little better, I started enjoying it more and more again. The final evenings felt a bit strange. There was some part of relief that the 10 days were over, but yeah, also a little bit of sadness. Because when you spend so much time somewhere, you start recognizing everything. The people working there, the sounds, the routines. The fair slowly stopped feeling like an event and more like a temporary world. And then you realize that it's almost over. The final night was chaos, rain everywhere again. But unlike the earlier days, nobody left. And that's because probably people want to take their last opportunity to visit the fair and spend all the money that they've got. And to me, that felt also like the perfect ending of this project, because of course I stayed too. And somehow between all of this project became bigger than just me taking photos. Because eventually all of these photos came together in this scene. 120 photos sequenced together to tell the story of these 10 days. Not just the fair itself, but the people moving through it. Little moments in time. And in the end, that became the real goal. This scene is available right now. Link is down in the description. Big thanks to everybody who already supported me and supported me from the beginning. You have no idea how much that means to me. Looking back at everything now, this project really taught me a lot. Not just about photography, but also about preparation, patience, knowing my limits, and just to slow down sometimes. Some days felt incredible, some days nearly broke me, but honestly, I think that might be a big reason why this whole project means so much to me now. Because it feels honest. Not every photo worked out, not every day was successful, but together I think it tells the full story. And I also think that that is what documentary photography should do. So, was it worth it? Absolutely, because for the first time, I truly believe that I documented what this place actually feels like. And part of me already wants me to do it all over again next time, which is in almost 2 months. Peace.
My name is Ilke Wortman and I'm a street photographer, and today we're at the Tilburg fair, KERMIS, and we're taking pictures. Not analog like this vlog, but still, we're doing some good stuff. Bang bang.
I'm here for moral support.
She was my intern, she's here for moral support. Mad respect for this guy, going here 10 days in a row, crazy, shooting hundreds of rolls. I just have some stupid digital Leica, so you cannot take me serious, but still. Oké, later houden.
Let's gaan nou. Bye.